Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about some biogeographical regions of India. In the previous class, we discussed about the different what you call the concepts of biodiversity. We discussed, but today we are going to discuss about the biogeographical regions. In the name itself, answer is there. You see, biogeo. So, geographical regions, we are going to discuss. Okay, observe very careful, children. This is also one of the important concept in this lesson. So, different types of biogeographical areas are there in India. So, what are those biogeographical areas? Number one, what is called Himalayan region. What is called Himalayan region. What is Himalayan region? You know very well. In Himalaya, there will be different animals are there, different plants are there, different flora fauna is there. But anyhow, we can check it once again. So, what is the importance of biodiversity? Biodiversity importance, which is discussed ecosystem services, biological resources, and social benefits of biodiversity. Like that we discussed, no? So biogeochemical cycles point of view, soil formation, increase the ecosystem productivity, water trapping, climate stability, forest resource management, cleaning up pollutants, so ecologically stable, and indicator of the health of the ecosystem, the endemism. This all we discussed in the previous class. Today, biogeographical regions of India. In India, what regions are there? Biogeographical regions are there. Which one? Which one? That one we will discuss. As per the international biome, as per international biome type of classification based upon climate, fauna, flora, and the soil conditions, India can be, what are those? Biome type of classification. As per the international biome type of classification based upon climate, fauna, flora, and the soil conditions, India can be divided into 10 different biogeographic zones. 10 different biogeographic zones, namely Trans-Himalayan region. First one, what? Trans-Himalayan region. Okay, this is important. Trans-Himalayan region. Trans-Himalayan region. So, what is Trans-Himalayan region? We will discuss one point wise. First, an extension of the Tibetan Plateau. Tibetan Plateau. High altitude cold desert in Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir, and Luhala Spiti. Himachal Pradesh, comprising 5.7% of the country's landmass. We are discussing Trans-Himalayan region, extension of the Tibetan Plateau, high altitude cold desert in Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir, and Luhala Spiti, Himachal Pradesh, comprising how much? 5.7% of the country's land mass. The mountains of the region. Next, the mountains of the region have the richest wild sheep. So what is there in that mountain? Richest wild sheep and goat community in the world. So richest wild sheep and goat community in the world, renowned for its quality wool and wool products. So very important. Other fauna include chiru and black rocked crane also present. Chiru and black rocked crane. These all are present in the which one? Trans-Himalayan region. Once again, we are discussing biogeographical regions of India based upon international biome type of classification and based upon climate, fauna, and flora of the soil conditions, and the flora, fauna, and the soil conditions. India can be divided into 10. How many? Here are the points you should have to remember. 10. Okay, 10. 10 different biogeographic zones. Number one, what is the first one? Trans-Himalayan region. What is the first Trans-Himalayan? An extension of the Tibetan Plateau, high altitude cold desert in the Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir and Luhala Spiti landmass. The mountains of this region have the richest wild sheep and goat community in the world. Quality wool and wool products. Quality wool and wool products. Chiru and black crocked crane also will be there in that trans Himalayan region. What's the landmass totally? 5.7% of the country's landmass. Comprising how much? 5.7% trans Himalayan region. That point you should have to remember. Next come to the Himalayas. What the next concept is? Himalayas. So what is Himalayas? The entire mountain chain running from northwestern to northeastern. Entire mountain chain running from northwestern to northeastern. West to east. Okay, west to east. So entire mountain chain running from northwestern to northeastern India, comprising a diverse range of biotic provinces and biomes, and covers how much? 7.2% of the country's land mass. How much? 7.2% of the country's land mass. The common fauna, the common fauna of the very important point is from Himalayan ranges. The common fauna of Himalayan ranges. Number one. What is that one common fauna? In this point you should have to remember. The common fauna of the Himalayan ranges are the wild sheep. Which one? The wild sheep. Okay. Wild sheep and mountain goats. Shrew, snow, leopard, panda. Okay. Shrew, leopard and panda. Many of which are endangered. So very dangerous condition. They will be in threat. They have in threat. What we are discussing? Himalayas. Entire mountain chain. Okay, you know very well Himalayas are very important to our country. So very highest mountain peak mountains. So the Himalayas entire mountain chain running from northwestern to northeastern. West to east. So these Himalayas very good habitat for different fauna. What will be there in that? See now, western to northeastern India, comprising a diverse range of biotic provinces and biomes, and covers 7.2% of the country's land mass. 7.2% of the country's land mass. The fauna: wild sheep, mountain goats, shrew, snow leopard, panda, and what you call this, many endangered what you called species are there in this particular Himalayas. Many endangered, very dangerous conditions. Okay, many endangered species also there. Leopard, panda are many endangered. Next come to Indian desert. This is the one more important. So Indian desert means what? What is that Indian desert? The extremely arid area. The third one what? The third one, Indian desert. Extremely arid area west of the Aravalli hill range. Which side? West of Aravalli hill range, comprising what you called both the salty desert of Gujarat and salty desert of, very important, salty desert of Gujarat and the sand desert of Rajasthan. Salty desert of Gujarat, sand desert of Rajasthan. It comprises 6.9% of country's land mass. It consists of comprises how much? 6.9% of country's land mass. Wild ass is an endemic. Wild ass is the endemic in this particular. Endemic means what? What is the meaning of endemic? Where they are living, there itself. We can't see such animals in other areas of world. So wild ass will be there in this Indian deserts to this region. And also Indian bustard, camels, foxes, snakes are endangered. Indian bustard, camel, foxes, snakes are endangered. So that one you have to remember. Indian desert. What is Indian desert? Exactly, extremely arid area west This point is also important. West. Okay, west of Aravali Hill Range. Which one? West of the Aravali Hill Range, covering 15.6%. Okay, 15.6%. This is important. How much? The Aravali, sorry, 6.9%, not 15.6%. This is 6.9% of country's land mass. Okay, so how much it will be, where it will be? Salty desert of Gujarat and sandy desert of Rajasthan. It occupies how much? 6.9% of country's land mass. So wild ass, which one I am telling about? Wild ass is endemic, means there itself we will see the wild ass, okay, to this region. And also some more are there. What are those? Some more. Indian bustard, camel, foxes, snakes are endangered. Which one? Indian bustard, camel, foxes, snakes are which one? Endangered. So they are also endangered. This is third one. Next, fourth one. What is the fourth one? Semi-arid zones. What is the fourth one? Semi-arid zones. What's the specialty of semi-arid zones? This zone is between the desert. This zone is between the desert and the Deccan Plateau. Okay, desert and Deccan Plateau, including the Aravali Hill Range. Between the desert and Deccan Plateau, including which one? Aravali Hill Range, covering how much? 15.6% of the country's land mass. Covering how much? 15.6% of the country's land mass. So, fauna found here are nilgai, blackbuck, four-horned, antelopes. Okay, what is that? Nilgai, blackbuck, four-horned, antelopes, sambar. Okay, these all are what? Very important fauna. So, these all points you should have to remember. Chital and spotted deer. Okay, even spotted deer, which are herbivores. Asiatic lion. Okay, Asiatic lion, tiger, leopard, and jackal. These all are the what you called the important fauna which are present in the semi-arid zones. What is the semi-arid zones? The between the desert and the Deccan Plateau area and the desert between that zone is called semi-arid zone. Here including Aravali Hills. The range covering 15.6%. The total land mass how much? What is that? Aravali Hills range covering 15.6% of the country's land mass. 15.6% of the country's land mass. So, fauna found here. What kind of fauna? Fauna means animals here. What is this? Nilgai, blackbuck, four-horned, antelopes, sambar, chital, and spotted deer, which are herbivores. Herbivores, omnivores, omnivores, carnivores. But here herbivores only eat the grass. So Asiatic lion, tiger, leopard, and jackal also there in this, especially this one. Next, come to Western Ghats. What is that one? Western Ghats are mountain. Very important. Western Ghats are mountain ranges along the west coast of India. Which one? Mountain ranges along with which one? West coasts of India. West coast of India. Extending over almost 1500 km from what is called Satpina in South Gujarat. So 1500 km from which one? Satpina in South Gujarat to the southernmost tip of the Kerala. Southernmost tip of the Kerala. This Gujarat to Kerala, this Western Ghats are there. So this is a point you should have to remember. Western Ghats are mountain ranges along the west coast of the India, extending over almost 1500 kilometers from Satpina in South Gujarat to the southernmost tip of the Kerala. Satpina in South Gujarat. What do you call Satpina in South Gujarat to the southernmost tip of Kerala. Southernmost tip of Kerala. This is another important point. So 1500 km from Satpina in South Gujarat to the southernmost tip of Kerala. Here, what things will be? So, annual rainfall. What's the rainfall in this Western Ghats? The annual rainfall of Western Ghats is 2000 millimeters. So, next, large populations of Nilagiri. Okay, large populations will be there. This one is large population of Nilagiri Thar, state animal of Tamil Nadu. So Nilagiri Thar, the state animal of Tamil Nadu, and the Nilagiri Langur, tiger, leopard, Indian elephant. Okay, like this all are there in this Western Ghats, and also tailed macaque. Okay, macaque and endemic to this region. Tailed macaque is are the which one? The grizzled squirrel and lion-tailed macaque are endemic to this region. This point is also very important point. Okay, so next we will discuss about Deccan Peninsula, Gangetic Plains, Northeast India. Okay, like this, some more biogeographical and coastal regions and Andaman and Nicobar Islands we will discuss in tomorrow. But today, biogeographical regions, what main important we discussed. First one, what? Trans-Himalayan region. It's extension from where? Tibetan Plateau, high altitude, cold desert in Ladakh, and Lauhala Spiti, it Himachal Pradesh, comprising how much? 5.7% of the country's landmass. Richest wild sheep and goat community in the world. Quality wool and wool products we will get at Chiru, black and rocked crane we will get from which one? Trans-Himalayan region. Then Himalayas, entire mountain chain running from northwestern to northeastern India, comprising a diverse range of biotic provinces and biomes, and covers the 7.2%. How much? 7.2% of the country's landmass. Here 5.7%, here 7.2%. These all are the bits you should have to remember. And follow wild sheep, mountain goats, shrew, snow, leopard, panda, and many endangered will be there in the Himalayas. Many endangered species are there in the Himalayas. That point also important. Next, Indian deserts. The West Aravalli Hill Range, salty desert of Gujarat, and sand desert of Rajasthan. So 6.9% of country's landmass. How much here? 6.9% of country's landmass. Which one? Indian desert. The wild ass is endemic to this region. Which one is endemic region? Wild ass. Okay. So, and also in this region, what we will see, fauna, Indian bustard, camel, foxes, snakes are there. But unfortunately, they are now endangered. Next, come to semi-arid zones between the desert and the Deccan Plateau, including Aravalli Hill Range covering 15% to 16% of the country's landmass. Nilgai, blackbuck, four-horned, antelopes, sambar, chital and spotted deer, which are herbivores, Asiatic lion, tiger, leopard, jackal, all are there in the semi-arid zones. That is important. Next, Western Ghats. This contains the mountains of west coast of India, 1,500 km from South Pinia. Okay, South Pinia in South Gujarat to the southernmost tip of the Kerala. Annual rainfall is 2000 millimeters. So, large population of Nilagiri Thar, state animal of Tamil Nadu, Nilagiri Thar, and Nilagiri Langur, tiger, leopard, Indian elephant, the grizzled squirrel, and lion-tailed, lion-tailed macaque are endemic. Endemic means you know very well where they are living there itself. We can't see in another area. What are endemic in this Western Ghat? So the grizzled squirrel, lion, and a tail macaque. Okay, macaque are endemic to the Western Ghats. So like this, the important points are there. How much land masses covering the country's landmass means range covering 15.6% semi-arid zones. And what is called the like that, there will be Western Ghat 1000 km, 500 km from South Pinia in south, Gujarat to the southernmost tip of Kerala. Like that, the important bits will be there in this concept.